What brings you joy? As a pediatric dermatologist and proud joyologist in the School of Life, it's my favorite question to ask my patients and people in general, because when I do, they sit up a little taller, and with a sparkle in their eyes, they share something from deep within their heart, something that is unique to them, something that lights them up inside and makes their heart sing. What brings you joy? When I ask that question, I have discovered that I am surrounded by the most talented artists, writers, musicians, speakers, visionary creators, builders, thinkers, master chefs. I had a 12-year-old talk to me about sous vide cooking. I had a 9-year-old tell me that she loves to rap. And when I asked her to spit some lyrics, she said, "I'm the best. I am me. I am the best at being me." And with tears in my eyes, I shared with her that I often tell my patients that there never was, is, or will be the uniquely beautiful being in front of me. What brings you joy? If you were to ask my mother, she would say taking care of her grandchildren, cooking, and nourishing the hearts and bellies of her friends and family. On April 15th, 2016, around 4:30 p.m., I received a call from my sister-in-law. Her voice wobbly on the other end, she says, "You need to come home. Your mom just had a ruptured brain aneurysm, and I don't know if she's going to make it." I fell to my knees. And just like that, the person that people had dubbed Dr. Joy ceased to exist. I don't remember much of what she said after that, because I was now in survival mode. Within 15 minutes, I had packed a bag and was on my way to the airport with one mission and one mission alone: to get home to my mother, to hold her hand and give her strength the same way she had done for me my whole life. I made it to her, and she survived. But in the aftermath of the 72 days that she spent in the hospital, I had a rude awakening. The medicine that I had trained in saved her life, but it didn't teach her how to live and thrive in this new state of being where she couldn't physically, mentally, and emotionally do the things that she used to be able to do, the things that brought her joy. So when I went back to work, I was also a different person. I found myself going through the motions of seeing patients, forcing smiles, something that used to come so easily for me, that random strangers at coffee shops, gas stations, grocery stores, and elevators used to go out of their way to tell me how much it brightened their day. That a patient at the beginning of my medical career told me on my way out the door, "Hey doc, don't ever lose that disarming smile of yours. It comforts patients at a time they need it the most." Some people have an RBF. I have an RSF, a resting smiling face. But I didn't have it anymore. No longer in alignment with what I valued and how I lived, loved, and served in the world, I took a break. I deep dived into every healing modality I could find to help my mother. I eat, pray, loved my way around the world to help myself. I reconnected to my joy of serving on a medical mission in Thailand. I grounded myself in the spiritual strength of the temples of Angkor Wat in Cambodia. I revived my spirit and my love of nature by hiking the French, Swiss, and Italian Alps. And then I explored the final frontier, my seventh continent, Antarctica. Let me set the scene for you. While everyone else was distracted by the newly hatched baby penguins, I wandered further along the shore, and towering to the left of me were sheer white glacier cliffs. Adelie penguins played to my right. In front of me, crystal clear ocean waters lapped up on the shore of smooth volcanic rock. And as I looked up at the bluebird sky and felt the warmth of the sun's rays, I fell to my knees, but not in despair, with the deepest gratitude. You see, I was supposed to take that trip 5 years before, and a month before the trip, I got into a sledding accident. I broke both bones in my ankle. I had to have 9 screws and a plate to put me back together. I still have them. I am literally the woman of steel. And over the course of the next several years, I experienced the highest highs and the lowest lows. Felt the enormity of pain and loss. Questioned everything, who I was, my faith, my purpose. I worked my way through the trenches, and truth be told, I still have my moments. But in that moment, I knew I was exactly where I was supposed to be in the exact moment that I was supposed to be there. Not a moment sooner or a moment later. And I completely surrendered to it. I felt peace. I felt undeniably blessed. I felt joy. What brings you joy? Joy is more than just the happiness we feel when something good happens in our lives. It's a state of being where we are deeply connected to ourselves and the world around us, that we can create and cultivate even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Joy is not the absence of sadness. It's what allows us to experience all of what makes us human. Like a swing, at that moment where time stands still, you have to commit to powering through the depths of sometimes grief and sadness to reach new heights of joy. We will all experience obstacles to joy in our lives. It's part of the human experience. But each of those emotions and experiences allows us to explore whether our needs and values are being met. And if we pay attention to them, acknowledge them, learn and grow from them, we can choose how we might intentionally respond as a result. So that instead of being defined or limited by our fears, our problems, our challenges, we see the opportunities and solutions, the hope and the possibility. What brings you joy? What shifts your perspective from I have to I get to? From I can't to how can I? From feeling limited to being limitless. From merely just surviving to living and thriving. What brings you joy? Who are the people in your life who enrich it? And how can you spend more time with them? What makes you feel strong, balanced, grounded, creative, excited, alive? What's standing in the way of you doing more of it now? And how can you overcome and break free of those barriers? We often say we're lost in joy because in that state of being, we have no sense of space or time. We're caught up in the gift of the present moment. We feel grateful for life and worthy of being seen, heard, understood, valued for who we are, and we want the same for others. We feel like we belong, like we're part of something bigger, like we're not alone. We feel whole and healed and exactly where we're meant to be. So are we lost in joy, or have we been found? What brings you joy? In other words, what brings you home? They say home is where the heart is, and joy is what brings your heart back home to yourself. Thank you.